Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening. Welcome back to the Let's Play series, everybody. And it's time. We're gonna do it. We're just gonna jump right into it. Hey, you guys, move along. Go on. Oh man, look at the build so far, Jules. It's such a big tower. Oh my goodness. What do you say? Don't you like it? Huh? Give you a room? Up at the top? You gotta be joking. No, you're not getting that. Because you'll fall. And you'll hurt yourself. We're not doing that. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. We'll get you something nice later on. Oh, la-di-da. Nothing like building a path to your fresh new build that you're just so proud of. What build? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't show you, did I? I didn't show you this. Oh, yeah. Look at it. The watchtower. Or the firework rocket factory. I don't know what I don't know what I'm calling it. I'm calling it the watchtower. The watchtower is basically complete. Basically. Let me show you a few things. All right, so first thing of note is that this is the first time I've used in a build for at least for a single surface, a 5-block color palette. So we've got andesite, going into cobblestone, going into regular stone, going into the stone brick, and then finally, on the edges there, going into the tuff. And yes, I know, I've seen the new tuff blocks, and yes, they would look beautiful in this build, but for now, we're gonna do what we can with what we have. So, okay. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I think it worked out. So, you know, getting up close to these bricks here, to these blocks, it looks a little funny. I won't lie. But this is one of those effects that really works well at a distance. Look at that. Like, that color transition is really well done, I think. I'm quite proud of myself on that one. And then, yeah, on the sides here, I tried to do some fancy architecture just to kind of break up the monotony there. Got some weird circular shapes there, and I tried to do a little bit of a gradient action with the block choice there as well. And I think that works out well, ultimately. I think by itself it wouldn't work, but because I'm using the tuff in the wall along with it, it just kind of, it just all becomes one cohesive package. Get out of here, sheep. And then, yeah, on the front and in the back there, here we got the soul fire sconces, is all I guess I'll call them. I don't know. It's just a cool detail. I like adding movement to such a, you know, it's a very tall building, right? So having some movement kind of go up in an upward direction, I think really helps with the smoke. And then we got it in the front too. And this front one here is kind of special because it's a little on a slope there, right? So it's got an interesting, weird, polished basalt foundation. It looks kind of cool. I just kind of was winging it. Wasn't really intended, but ultimately I think it looks kind of cool. Now moving along back to the front here. Here's the entrance, and oh, hello there, Jules. How are you doing? Jules is feeling a little angsty lately. Not too sure what that's all about. But that's going to be a future Bunz problem. But yes, for now. Oh, you can hear the death happening already. Yep. Nice 3x3 door. Trying to keep it in theme with the rockets and all that. Here's a little side note, a little fun fact, if you will. I've been playing Minecraft for over 10 years, give or take. Starting out on the Xbox 360 edition and working my way up to Java here. Or working my way back, however you look at it. In all of my years playing this game, not once, I tell you, have I ever made a 3x3 redstone door. Not even in testing, not even for funsies in a creative world, nothing. This is the first one. The one and only 3x3 MrBareBunz redstone door. I didn't even look anything up. I just did it. I just used my noggin, whipped one out. It might be inefficient to some design in comparison to other designs, but I don't care. This one's mine, and I like it. And then, of course, the elephant in the room, or lack thereof. The inside, I don't even want to say it's not finished, because it's not even started. And that is deliberate. For those who don't know, we're going to get a new item in the game called the crafter. It's quite cool. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Look it up for yourselves. But it's a very cool thing. And it very much belongs in this build with this farm. So I'm going to leave things barren in here for now until we get that redstone component. That way I don't have to tear things up too badly when that gets added. And then we can just do the interior once that's done. AKA, that's a future Bunz problem. Okay. Oh, and then this zombie piglin over here. This zombie piglin's special. For some reason, and I know he's in a boat right now, but left to his own devices, just wandering around this place. This zombie piglin will not despawn. I think it was a pig that got hit by lightning? I don't know. But he's been hanging around, he's been squatting. So I kind of like him. So I was thinking of naming him. A suggestion from Discord, from Sabby. Thank you, Sabby. Is Squattin' Sammy. I like that. That's a good name. But I want to hear your suggestions down in the comments. Let me know. What do you think we should name our squatting friend? I think he should be like the mascot to this build, into this farm. The patron. The receptionist. I don't know. Something along those lines. Now, stepping back outside, I've added some functionality to this build. It's not just a big old building. It's got some functionality. So up at the top here, you might be able to see them. We have some redstone lamps, and they're currently turned on. That's to indicate that the farm is working and it's on. Now you might be able to use your brain here, but in case, I'll show you. Hitting this target block here will shut the lights off and effectively shut off the creeper farm as well. At a quick glance, just looking at the roof, we can tell whether or not the farm is working or if it's on. I think that's pretty cool. You know me, I gotta have myself a fancy redstone lamp based on-off switch. And moving up even higher, yep, we got a nice flag. I think I nailed the shape on that one pretty good. And then keeping in with the rocket theme, it's red and white stripes. Yeah. Even higher, we dressed up the AFK spot up there a little bit. It works. It's effectively exactly the same as it was before, but it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of funny, right? It kind of looks like one of those clouds. Maybe you've seen them in real life. those, you have an otherwise pretty nice, fairly cloudless day, and then there's just that one real angry dark cloud up there. That's just, ooh, it's just steaming, and it just wants to rain on everybody's parade. But it just can't do it. That's kind of what that reminds me of. So, I don't know. I could make it bigger, but I feel like that might be a little too much. But I would love to know if any of you have any ideas for that. Should I change the colors, make it bigger, do something else entirely? I don't know. Give me your ideas. I would love to know. And then the final, fairly obvious detail. The roof being made entirely out of copper. That wiped out a good portion of my copper supply so far. And my ultimate vision for this roof, it needs the roof to be fully oxidized. So my idea here was to just lay out the roof as quickly as possible. And then while I'm dressing up the outside and all that, doing some decorating and all that, I'll let it oxidize over time naturally, rather than having to wait for blocks set out in a field and all that. It's worked out okay. Not as great as I was hoping, but, I don't regret it fully, entirely. No, of course not. I always make good decisions. But yeah, it's not fully oxidized yet. So, while we wait for that to happen, we are going to build a bee farm together. You see, I also need honeycomb to operate that copper roof in the way that I see fit, and I don't have any bees. So together, we're going to set up a bee farm. Yes. You best believe we've been working with bees. Uh-huh. I think we have a few of them. Right now, more than anything, I wish I had a crafter. Off the beaten path here, heading up to the watchtower, I think off to the right will be a nice cozy little spot for our cozy little bees. Oh no, it's getting nighttime. I coined this design, the 3-comb, 2 honey, by yours truly. No, it's a pretty simple design. So we're starting off with our 3 double chests. We could expand this, of course, if we want, but I think this will do just fine. But our 3 double chests in such a fashion, we're just gonna put our hoppers down like so, just into the tops there. Make sure on the left and right, the hoppers are on the far sides there. So then 2 more facing into the center hopper in the middle there. We're just going to worry about the center for right now. Off the front of these hoppers, azalea leaves, because for those who don't know, the bees can pollinate off of these leaf blocks. Makes it pretty nice for a bee farm like this, and we can still open the chest. So that's pretty cool. And then just for temporary sake, that's where the hive's going to go, or one of them at least. Just need to put it down so I have something to build off of, because we're going to have an observer facing into the future hive there. It'll just detect anytime bees enter or leave the hive, and then we're going to just have an observer pointing off of that. So essentially we're just sending the signal up here. And then what we need to do, and I think I need to remove the temporary block. Yeah, get rid of you. Dispensers facing down, so that can be a little tricky. I think if you just get real close and then point up as high up in the corner as you can, that does it. Yep, hole facing down, cool. So then kind of just go off the side of the dispenser here, do the same thing. Perfect, just like that. And then we're not done yet. Get out the scaffolding there, Bunz. We just need to get some redstone dust along the top there. So now, every time bees enter or leave that center hive, it'll power all these dispensers up here. Then, of course, we're going to want hoppers off the front there, so we can then, of course, keep our dispensers full of shears. So we're going to worry about like enclosing the bees a little later. That's why we're not whipping out the hives just yet. Save them for later. We're going to worry about the left and right now. So what we need to do is get a composter, and then conveniently facing right behind that first observer there. They don't actually interact with each other, so don't worry about that. And then on the both sides are exactly the same, by the way, so you can kind of build them both at the same time if you want, but let's just pay attention to one side just to keep it simple. But block on the side of the composter there, and then we're going to do kind of like an L shape. These are going to facilitate comparators. So one is going to be facing, the two prongs facing towards the block there. So it's basically pulling the signal out of the composter there. Comparators can pull signal out of one block. So that's pretty convenient. Then we're going to have another comparator that's going to be pulling the signal out of the future hive that'll be sitting on top of this hopper here. Essentially this configuration. Oh, yeah. This composter, it's going to be at level 4. So I'm going to fill that up later. But yes, level 4. That's important because we're going to essentially be saying whatever value the hive is at, -4 at all times. Until it is level 5, which is full, it'll be 0. So basically nothing happens. So once it hits level 5, then something happens. We're going to be putting the signal, it'll just be a signal strength of 1 into that block here. We're going to put the redstone dust on top, and then another block here. So essentially we're just like taking a signal and just wrapping it up into this block here. So this block is powered. And then we're going to have a downward facing dispenser, just like that. The reason we're not doing the left and right exactly like the middle is because this side's going to have honey bottles, right? So, not honey bottles. It'll eventually be honey bottles. No, it'll have empty bottles. And if we just shoot out the empty bottles all willy-nilly like, this chest here is going to be full of empty bottles. Then we're going to have to filter them out, try to send them back up. I ain't going to do any of that. We're keeping it simple. So this works just fine. All right, I got both sides built up pretty much exactly the same. Oh, I forgot a hopper. So now we're going to finish her off here, yeah? So leaves in the front there, the flowering azalea. And then what we need to do is put a temporary block there. And we're going to build out just like so. This one doesn't need to be here, actually. All right, perfect. So let's remove that temporary block there. So now what we will do is we got to put up our trap doors. So I'm just going to have another temporary block there. So we can flip 2 trap doors like this on the left. And that's enough for bees to not escape. The hopper is actually kind of trapping the bees as well. So right there, yeah, that'll keep all the bees in place. So let's do that same thing on this side here. Perfect. And then basically, you guessed it, same thing in the middle. And there you have it, the basic form of the 3-comb 2 honey. Oh, that name is so stupid. All right, so let's get these bees a buzzing, shall we? Actually, I think if we can position ourselves right, yeah, we should be able to do it without having to flip the trapdoors. So, oh no, 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 no. Oh no, we should have waited for nighttime. Crap. Let's just do it quick. Let's just do it quick. We got a straggler here. That's not good. Or actually, we can wait. Oh, wait. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Hey, look at that. The problem fixed itself. Have no fear. Bunz is here. Things just work out, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so let's... the left and right will not be as perilous, because they're just singular. Oh, so now I gotta do... Ooh. Let's see. Oh, we can get up here. Ah, perfect. There we go. Oh, just the little babies. Look at that. And let's put in the last one. Now I gotta fill the... I gotta fill up the dispensers, yeah? Oh, that's an important part. That'd be smart. One little thing you might run into if you build this in your world, because I just ran into it. If this gets powered before you fill the dispenser, you're gonna have to charge the thing because your bottle didn't go off. So essentially all you'll have to do is just break and replace this redstone dust, and that'll get it going. That'll trigger the dispenser, and everything should be working. Okay. I may have done a little bit more than fill the dispensers. I just finished it off. Here we have the simple and sweet honey bar. Oh yes. Just try to keep it a little, you know, it's a smaller build, so I figured a smaller aesthetic fit. And look at that. Oh yes. The honey, it's flowing in. And oh yeah, we got honeycomb as well. So operating our copper or making candles, you know, all that. We got that all covered. And then while we were building, we found Buzzard here. Buzzard just he just flew in from the side. He just came out of the woods. We didn't find him. He found us. So yeah. Very cool. So yeah, pretty small build, but it fits nicely into the environment. And got a nice little seating area here for all the patrons, of course. Oh, and I was hoping that the copper roof would be fully oxidized by now. It's getting there on this side, but it's not all the way there yet. I think I'm gonna have to leave this world running and get the full oxidation status, and then we'll finish that off next time. So for now, I think this is a good place to end her off. So I hope you all enjoyed. I know I did. Have a good one, everybody. Until next time, I'll see you all later. Ta-ta for now. Ta-ta.